On Friday, June 16th, Pope Francis met with the Catholic bishops of Botswana, Eswatini, and South Africa in a private audience at Santa Marta Chapel. The audience of Pope Francis with the members of the Southern African Catholic Bishops Conference, SACBC, was the crown of the bishops at Limina Apostolorum Visit, as it took place shortly after the Pope had been discharged from the Gemelli Policlinic hospital following his abdominal surgery on the 7th of June. The Cardinal, together with 30 bishops, the Secretariat and a priest, had the opportunity to interact with the Holy Father. During the meeting, Pope Francis gave the bishops guidelines on how to be a good shepherd. The Pope said a good shepherd should first and foremost be close to God. The second one is to be close to each other as bishops, to have unity and love among themselves. Thirdly, the bishop should be close to his priests. And last but not least, a bishop must be close to the people of God. As per custom, at the end of the meeting, Pope Francis greeted each one and presented them with gifts.
Just seeing him, persevering and really even encouraging us, that was for me enough inspiration to really help me to continue with the work that has been entrusted to me.
Meeting him was the fraternity we share and the unity we have with the College of Bishops and the Pope in the Church. So this was most meaningful for us, gave us a sense of being one with the Pope and the Holy Father.
The best message I got from him, few, but one of them is that we need to remain close to our priests. And the best one was that our first mandate is to remain close to Jesus Christ. By so doing, then we'll be able to remain close to our priests, to our people, and to one another. I think that marked me quite a lot. I'll always remember that in whatever we do.
What touched me about the experience of meeting the Pope was his humility and his own openness, to talk with us on a one-to-one. That's a humbling kind of experience. For me as a new bishop, that kind of fraternity touched me deeply. And basically what he said, also about how we are to relate, in a fraternal and communal way with our own priest, really stayed with me. He is a real pastor, and that's what touched me about him.
Honestly, if it were me, I would not want to meet anyone, coming out of a surgery like that. But it just shows the generosity of his spirit and also the love that he has, not only for bishops, but also the people that we represent back home. So I was amazed and I was really grateful to him for this gesture of closeness to us. So we told him that we were praying for him.
When he came in, I thought he was very tired. But as soon as he started talking, there was a lot of energy in him. But what I like very much is that you can bring any subject. He will just talk from the heart. And what he says goes straight to your heart. And this is Pope Francis. That's what I like him for.
It's been an absolutely wonderful at Limina visit. While it's been hectic, at the same time I'm feeling a little bit sad that it's over. It's always wonderful to be with the bishops, and most particularly it was so wonderful to be with our chief shepherd yesterday, Pope Francis. But we go back in our hearts with the warmth that he showed to us, that hospitality, that gentleness, and his fatherly care. And it's exactly that we as bishops must imitate. We must be true shepherds of our people. And as he said, we must be close to God, close to the people that we serve.
Visiting His Holiness, Pope Francis, and he was so happy to see us. And I asked him about how he feels, what message can he give to the migrants and the refugees in South Africa. And he said he himself was a son of a migrant in Argentina. And he said we must integrate them. I think that was very important. Protect the refugees and also promote the values and welcome them. So I pray for him to recover well, and let us make the world a better place to be closer to our priests, closer to the people, close to each other's bishops and also closer to God.
It's what he said at the end, that if we are a church that doesn't pray, we are just an organization that has nothing to do with faith. We are just an organization that is faithless in a sense. And he's asked us to make the people pray. And that's the most important thing that I captured in what he was saying at the end there.
The one thing which remained with me is his desire and his love for the church, that even though he just came out of hospital, he wanted to meet with the bishops to hear from them and to share his ideas with them.
The meeting was so wonderful because it was really truly exceptional that he agreed to seeing us. And on top of that, a wonderful input from his experience about what to expect as a bishop, what he thinks bishops should do, the 4 things he mentioned, and simply sharing his experiences on the various aspects when the bishops asked him questions. And at the end of it all, as always, with the wonderful gifts of the statue of Mary and Child and a few other books to take along with us, I think we couldn't have expected more than what we got yesterday. He was truly, truly exceptional considering his health status. We'll carry that with us for a long, long time, I think.
As so many have already said, meeting Pope Francis was the highlight of the Limina visit. Jesus opened himself to all, showed himself to be the brother to all. Francis is in that sense a true vicar of Christ, bringing the living tradition of Christ's message to us. He was so fraternal, even in spite of personal difficulties like recuperating, just having returned home after surgery, and a few hours later to meet us and to be in that kind of mood and that kind of frame of mind was exceptional, a true example to us all.
Yes, the visit of Pope Francis was a great experience for me. Seeing him sacrificing himself just after the hospital to give us time to be with us, to talk to us from the heart. No papers, no nothing. Just speaking like a shepherd, speaking to us as a pastor, as a brother. It was really a healing experience for me, an affirmation of our work with him as successors of the apostles, as people who are collaborating with him in ministry.
There are a great number of things that Francis said that I remember very clearly, and I carry it in my heart. The one that the bishop has to be closer to God. A bishop has to be closer to his priest. A bishop has to be closer to his people. Those 3 remain very outstanding in me.